Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Revolt Royale tournament. Matches between Rohbrot and Radovan we have here on the south side of the map, playing as red, as the British, the biggest Radovan, Cavern Combat 3 winner, the guy that has been most prepared into that tournament. So I expect great things here from Radovan. I think it's going to be a great match. He has Lizzie the Pirate, and in the northern side of the map, we do have Rohbrot playing as blue as the Dutch. And Rohbrot needs no introduction. And as a co-caster, we have here Big Mompa. How's it going, brother?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me along for the ride. I'm excited to see both of these guys play. We, of course, have, as you mentioned, the Cavern Combat winner last tournament and the runner-up in the ESOC Spring semifinals. And we've got some interesting civilizations here for the Revolt potential. Interesting to see that Robrot started with a market, and he's getting a nice coin treasure to help him, villagers. So curious to see what he's going to go for here.
Yeah, straight away you see that he's meant for hunting dogs. We got a house built here for the Brits. We are playing on the Balkan Mountains, no rush, 15 minutes 3T layout. So you can see it's supposed to have, I think if you click on the, no, what is the 3T mark? Oh, I think
The
you have to
circle,
be on the
yeah.
vision of the particular player. So there we go. So
Right,
you
right.
have the building circle there. The no city tower is right in the middle, and we have an in-house trading post. Um, Normally you have those trading posts down the back here. Instead, you also have these natives right on your base, so you can actually have them tax early on, which is
Yeah.
something that you don't see in a normal supremacy game. However, I think everything pretty much is you can pretty much the builds and everything can actually be constructed in a supremacy match. That's the interesting part. All of this stuff can actually be done. Of course, you will be rated. You're not gonna have that all this freedom to do all of this. And yeah, it just look at this. He's went for a early trade post here for the Brits. That's pretty interesting. What does he get early on here? He gets like this damage. It's just for the F zones, right?
Yeah, so
Um,
there's a lot of good techs. He can get the Athos Monastery. He can get, of course, with the big button generation over time, that's like 800 resources over the course of several minutes. And if you get both trading posts, that will generate a lot of units for you. One of the things that I think he did here was go for GMT, and he's getting 90 food too. So right here, he's going to get that, and then he's going to age up quickly. And he's sending Virginia Manor Company now, so he's going to be able to boom really hard. This food's coming in perfectly. He's going to age up right now, and with GMT, he's going to age up quickly, and now he will be able to settler or manor boom rather. Looks like he's clicking up very late, an extra 100 food over, but otherwise not bad. Interesting deck.
yeah,
What's Robrot doing up there?
so just to like a quick roundup, because we've seen a very good build here from Sir Kibo, and I think he's just learned from that and he prepared just the same build. And I think he's going for the Canadian Revolt. We just saw that how impressive Sir Kibo actually managed to take a win from Julian K on one of those rounds. So I think Radovan is actually trying to pull off the same thing against Rohbrot. So going to be very, very interested to see that. We do have pioneers. So you send Virginia Company, at some point you send terrace houses, and you're going to be able to do your villages from there, and those villages are going to be super super OP, and he can actually keep his economy going even after he has revolted. So that's just a little over recap that on his strategy. However, the Dutch will be able to actually keep his banks after transition as well to a revolt, and the economy is going to be a battle of economy in this game. So I expect great things. However, we can now revolt into South Africa here for the Dutch. So I think the other option is USA, right? We do have Brazil. I don't think people go for Brazil though, especially the
No.
Dutch. It's not great. Um,
And then Indonesia's pretty bad. I think USA is a good one here because you can go, right, you can get your 7 banks down, you can get your Blue Guard and Stratiots with heavy cannons out, and then you can just push at 15 minutes, revolt, have 2 or 3 forts down, and then get a lot of Gatling guns behind everything. And you time that with the Sacred Band infantry and the Magyar Hussars, and you could like wipe the other dude's base and remass.
Yeah, and it also I think Cav is going to be a great option because of the villagers from the Revolt. It's really hard to kill with infantry and even with the heavies. So Cav is probably the right way to go. Like Red Lancers, for example, would be a great choice. And I think also you get two Gatling Spur forts. So you have fort here, you got fort here. You cannot send infinite cards forts, but I think with this one increases your fort limit
Then
by
he can age
one.
up with yeah, he can also age up with the fort. So he can have 3 forts
Three
down
forts,
there.
yeah. Two
Yeah.
by cards and one by constructing with the Explorer in H4.
Yeah, and that's going to be 12 Gatling guns right there. And, that's a huge amount of tempo going into your next into the push. So he could have a really effective timing push here.
Oh, USA Revolts gets one as well. And I think there's also an age up with the fort, so you can actually potentially
Yeah,
have
yeah.
five. But I think people
Yes,
want to go the
yes.
tycoon and actually get the mercantilism, which is probably better.
Yeah, and for Dutch though, it's only 500 coin. It's not the 1,000 coin age up, which honestly, as a revolt option, is arguably better because you'll get more revolutionaries essentially, and you still have banks. So
So he got four, one age up, two from the cards, and one from the US Revolt. So yeah, he can have
yeah,
four.
and he could rebuild as well the fort if it goes down.
Can you not just build a fort without saying if you like say you send no fort card, you cannot even in H4 you cannot just build one with your explorer, right? There's no such
No,
option.
no, you have to send the I think it's called castramentation card where it increases your fort build
Yeah.
limit. Yeah, the H4 card
Either
there.
or, right?
Yes, yes, and then your explorer can repair and
Customization.
make it again. Russia has a card where their Ruskets can build forts. That's Piotr's toy soldiers.
All right, let's quickly look see what this guy's up to. We do have Placer Mines on the way. We are on max pop here for Radovan. Um, we do have a scout here from Rohbrot down the south. Yo, this is a Greek revolutionaries. It's gonna get one just now. Do you get one at a time?
You can
Every
get
time the
8,
circle
8,
goes
and
up
then
around?
I think it's like a 8, 10, 12, or something, and then or maybe it's 8, 12, 16. But it's pretty solid. You just get a lot of Sacred Band infantry, which are just like Black Brunswickers essentially. They're fast moving, they have decent statistics, and they promote as well. Then the other one on the other native post, you receive a Magyar Hussar each time the circle goes around. And those are
Yeah.
really good at any point in the game, obviously. Really good techs in there as well. You can receive a random shipment and you can receive coin for each of your buildings that you have. And as Brit, when you have all of your manors down, that's a nice tech.
Well, interesting. He also sent exhausted hardwoods, which is we have not seen the Mr. Kibo do that. So
I think that's a really, really big mistake. There's no need to be doing that when you can just, save that shipment for something way more useful or just age up. You already have all of your houses down. Like you could just age up, ship 1k wood and be fine. So I think that's a mistake in the build order there. He does have spice trade in, which is going to be insane. Yeah. But what's he aging up here with? Is it the town center or is it the something else?
let's see. He's aging up with the bishop.
Yep. So he's going up with the TC. And then Rohbrot is also aging, I believe, right? And he's getting the next trading post. So he's going to age up super fast with these 3 trading posts here.
Yeah, I think also GMT also increases the age up time of all
Yes.
ages, right?
Yes. And it also increases the research tech rate.
Right. Research tech rate. What do you mean by that?
So if it takes 20 seconds to research hunting dogs, a TP would make it say like 15
Oh, all
seconds.
techs.
Yes.
Oh, nice. There we go. We also age up with the down center here for Rohbrot, doing a circular base here. Something maybe he can infiltrate in and try to defend his down center. But he puts his down center right
I don't
there.
I I don't like this from Rohbrot. I mean, the max amount of vills you can get as Dutch is 60. So a TC just kind of slows your build down quite a bit. And as we can see, he's just now getting the 1k wood in. He could have had that, 40, 50 seconds earlier. And he's only going to be able to train 1 or 2 extra or, villagers at a time out of that TC. Another thing to note for base building as Dutch Your banks are actually squares, so no matter how you rotate the orientation, it will always cover the same square footage. Um,
Right, but
so
it's
that's just
cute.
something to note.
But it's cute. I like the rotations. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Sir Kibble saying that if Rohbrot goes Brazil, it could be really useful. That is true, but if you think about it, he also doesn't have Fatorias, so like the extra TC isn't going to be useful. If he decides to go to USA and go Citizens, that would be really good because he would have all of his banks up, and he would be able to reproduce villagers for coin. I think that's what he's going to do. Oh, Brazil gives him Fatorias. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah.
And also the town centers you get units free over time, so that's the
Right.
idea.
Right. Right.
There we go. You're also sending now team infantry hit points. So I think these things affect your revolutionaries.
Yes. 15% for all ranged infantry, or excuse me, all infantry for Dutch.
Right. So we have 3 views into the double wood shipments and the bank wagon, a church, and now team
Yeah.
3 points and the 1,000 wood follow up. So
He's gonna put down. He's got. Does he have the? He has 6 bank. No, he does have 7 banks. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna age up here with what is he clicking up with?
is he jumping to the tycoon, not the fort? I
Yeah,
think the
yeah.
fort would be a bit
That's a
more
good idea.
useful.
I mean, honestly, like the extra 500 coin and 5 vills you get from it is a very good option. Like that's just gonna be solid throughout the
Do
entire
you get
game,
extra
right?
5 views?
Yes, 5 vills and 500 coin instead of a
That's
1,000
even
coin.
That's even better
Yeah,
than.
it's a great age up option. It's great.
Yeah, I see. I can see that. Because he's on 28 villagers. But
Yeah.
how many villagers a bank? Is that 4?
4. Yeah, so he's got essentially 56
7.
villagers. He's going to be on 61 vills, and then he's also going to have extra 500 coin on the ground.
So he actually
I'm
has
thinking,
more
yeah,
villagers than the British with 50.
yes, yes. But he is getting his 2 factories out, and those native tech or big buttons have been generating resources, quote unquote, for him. He also does have access to some of those techs for really, really nice. Like the monastery has a really nice tech where you get an XP trickle for every second you're not in combat. So that can be just used right away, and you can get good line of sight at the tip of like your base with those. Um, yeah.
There we go. Now he's sending the log
Ooh, log
fume.
flume and exotic hardwoods coming in. He's really going for the wood chopping here. 20 vils on wood. I wouldn't be
This?
surprised if he goes for circular saw. Honestly, the way he's
Yeah, I
trying to
don't know.
chop
At
through
this
wood.
rate, he really wants wood somehow.
He needs a lot of XP. I would like to see mercantilism if he hasn't sent that already, and then
Yeah,
terrace houses, and then like
that fun fact
gentleman
for you.
pike or something.
When you revolt with Canada, you can only chop wood. Hence,
Okay. Yes,
exotic
I see.
hardwoods will multiply those resources quite considerably. And
Yeah.
at that time, he will be able to do whatever he wants infrastructure wise. Maybe that's the brain behind this that we're not seeing just now. Of course, you're gonna have
Wait,
to send
I thought
another
in
shipment.
Canada you can get any resource because they have shipments of like
You
food
have
and
to
elk
you
and
have to
stuff.
send a shipment, I think, that allows your revolutionaries
Oh
to.
my god, did you see that? All 20 of those houses just produced vills. He's on 98 right now, and that was an insane
Oh
amount
yeah,
of
he
vills he
sent to
just made.
Ras. He sent to Ras. We
Oh
missed
my
that.
goodness. He, he
Yeah,
just made 40 vills. That's insane.
20, 20, 20. He probably did like that twice, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Now he's sending the musketeer upgrade to fencibles that are stronger, cheaper, and have higher range. 2 range for musketeers. That's huge.
Yes, it is.
Let's see what the Dutch is up to now. He's in age 4. He got double factories. Probably sent mercantilism. Has not yet. He's gonna send right now. He does need the wood though for the revolt. We are on 30 seconds, ready to revolt. Radovan is sending now. Hudson Bay Company villagers now get extra coin while gathering natural resources, particularly from animals. So you can see that they actually gathering coin wood already.
No. Look at a villager gathering from a herd, like right at the bottom, and you'll see it's also getting coin now when the card comes in. So yeah, click on that vill, and then you're
Yeah,
gonna see it's getting
1.26.
Yeah, and
And
that's also
now
generating
15 coin.
0.15. And look at his coin income with that many villagers on food right now. It's insane.
That's pretty cool.
And now
And
he's just fast producing fencibles. And these are actually pretty decent musketeers. I mean, look at those stats.
yeah, they're 40 damage. They have, what's their range now? 14 range. So let's see what the Dutch is up to. So he
A lot of
has
culverins out.
a couple heavies. Rohbrot, he needs to revolt in 30 seconds or he will lose this game.
He's fine. He has the resources. And then he's going to get the Stratiots and the musketeers as well. Oh, he just canceled the revolt.
He has to revolt right
Okay,
now.
he's going for the revolt now. He's got 2 shipments in the bank. He's
So
gonna
he's
have a
going for
huge pop
Brazil. He's
here.
going for
Okay.
Brazil.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
I haven't seen Brazil Dutch yet. So we can see now he's up to 3 town centers. He's sending now 2 more town centers as well to help on that. He's still gonna have to be able to send Minas Gerais if he wants to make more villager productions to actually keep up with the economy from the Canadians. We also have a lot of coverings that's gonna really help on that push in case of some defensive heavy infantry or coverings of themselves. But that's a lot of musketeers being produced right now. We are on 90 plus. We
That's
got
over 90.
the
Yeah, he's
line
got over
infantry.
100 units.
I actually would like this line infantry should be on the overpop side of things. Oh, they don't call pop anyway. It doesn't
So they
matter, right?
cost no population, and these are a really nice addition to his army because they can counter artillery at range. Now, the thing is, though, is that Robrot's going to have a way better 4-piece composition. Making boyars, and he did send blood brothers, so boyars are going to be nice, and he has a ton of um, big button potential here. Getting some of the mountain monastery techs as well now. So
Wilderness welfare.
yeah, so his natives and his
Villagers.
villagers will be. Oh, here he comes though.
330 HP the villagers are right now with the pioneers and everything. So the pioneers was big brain. Man, Radovan, I'm telling you, this guy, he knows how to prepare
He's gonna get
himself
crushed
for.
here though. There's so many heavy cannons.
We do have some boyars on the way. But these villagers actually can't take a punch.
They can, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. But I don't think he's gonna have a really good fight here. There's so many musketeers body blocking these heavy cannons. He has no culverins. Villagers are just walking in. He's already lost 20.
Yeah, they're not doing a great job. Just not shooting. You have to actually macro them. That's the problem with villagers. I think sometimes you just have to hold with ults, so you can, if you have easy military dragons, so it can actually shoot, right? And they're pretty good against artillery, but he needs to get in range. We also have something boosting them. You know what that is?
It's the mountain monastery, but he needs to just walk up and start meleeing these things. He's lost 30 villagers.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all, I think.
Or heavy cannons on the way.
Yeah, he's not.
All the vills are just walking up, taking so much damage.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. But I think they're gonna be able to take all those fox now, and then they should go back to work right after this, so he can actually make more defensible.
He needs to reproduce housing right now, and he's losing so much.
But he also has so much. What is the Dutch? He just has another shipment. There's gonna be another batch of. He just got a batch though.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna
more
have
Gatlings as well.
He's got heavy artillery coming out. He's got Gatling guns, and that's a perfect response to this many villagers here. And these Gatling guns are just gonna shred.
The thing is, the villagers, they need to go back to food production, so he actually can use the manors to actually make more villagers. He needs to use
he needs to reproduce villagers right now. I mean, he could. Yeah, he's doing that now. He's queued a boatload of villagers, and look at this! Oh wow!
These villagers do not die for revolutionaries, but they would die for artillery.
Yeah, they're getting mowed down here. And more heavy horse artillery's coming out. Oh my god, he's throwing. He needs to put them into melee if he's trying to push this. And he's on 30 now, losing more.
That's a bit scary because the Dutch still has the banks.
Regular SARs are coming in now.
Wow,
that's 19 vills.
And those villagers, they should be working to reproduce more and more of those villagers, so his economy can keep going for the late game. We have 18 F-zone guard F-zones as well. Those heavy horse game, they did their job. I mean, what the Dutch now has to do He doesn't have much going on for him. He's sending
Just chilling. He has so many banks. Let's think about it. He has
Jagunços.
Vaporeas. Like, he's gonna be chilling. He's straight chilling right now. He's nothing to worry about.
I don't know, man. Look, the score is quite scary. We have so many units still in the
It's
field.
the score is so heavily inflated from all of the housing and from the native, all natives receiving championship upgrades, right? And I mean, like, all those units are just gonna die.
I mean, I think Rohbrot had the most um the best trade he could have had with Brazil, I think, against Canada, killing all those villagers. And the explorer does not die. Well, and the Jagunço, I think they will be able to gather all this food. Let's see what Rohbrot is up to. He's really struggling with resources. He's gonna have like a couple more of these revolutionaries popping up for free on those town centers. He's on 5 town centers right now. And
Yeah,
and
citizens
then,
would be a great option here with all the coin he's got. He's got a decent amount of musketeers and artillery now, and I think he's going to go and try and push in and do a lot more damage. If we think about it, right, like Brit
hmm.
has no culverins right now, and he knows that he doesn't have a lot of potential to produce lots of units, so he can just go in now and just kind of deal a lot of damage.
Interesting. But let's see what he's up to. He's sending Buffalo now. He's on 28 villagers. He has a lot of food. He's finally making more villagers out of the manors. He has so many units. And now he has 222 elite Lenap warriors. That's the skirmishers right there. We've seen them before. Also, it's still a big mass of F zones here. What's the difference between these two? This is a guard F zones, and this is just
It's just part of
insane.
the big button, so you can overpop on the amount of F zones you can make.
It's funny how they are separated
Yeah,
on the
they're
grouping.
exactly the same though.
Okay, okay.
You know, the Boyars with the 3 Magyar Huss right now would be a really, really nice timing.
Yeah, he's make some boyars.
Honestly, just make a couple of Culverins, man. Like, he's got so much res. Making
That's true.
Nukas, that's gonna be nice for the counter push on the siege side. So that'll be really nice to have. But I mean, just a couple of Colves and Robrot's entire mass is just not going to be effective. F zones do so much damage. Lenapes do so much damage to heavy infantry. They of course have that charged ability as well. So I mean, honestly, I think just a couple would really fill out his composition and probably win him the game.
Okay, so you're gonna have another shipment now. What should he send? He also can send 12 villagers. What is this? 16 militiamen.
Look at the Highlander card. I mean, that's a really solid option.
Which one? He's
The
sending
third card
more
in
food.
H3, that one.
14 Highlanders. That's
Yeah,
quite a
that's
lot.
an excellent card.
Yeah, he can afford it. But he's going for more food. Uh,
That's
yeah,
fine too.
he's
I mean, the thing is though, he's got a lot of bison. He's got double factories on food. Does he need that? No. But I think it's an okay option. Kibble bringing up a great point of the militia officer providing the inspiring flag and the Minutemen upgrade. So that is something that he should consider next as well.
this one.
Yes. And your native warriors improve. So that's huge because most of his mass is
Villagers,
consisting
right?
of natives. Yeah.
Yeah. And natives. Oh, so not only villagers
Yeah.
but natives. Okay,
Exactly.
that's pretty good. I discount as natives as well, right?
Yes, the Lenape warriors are natives, and look at those statistics; they're quite decent overall.
There's a correlation probably with Canada and natives, right? There was a lot of the natives
Yes,
that went back to went up north to Canada, right?
correct. Yeah,
Historically, that's a lot of heavy cannons coming from Rohbrot. That's 6 heavy cannons in the back. We still have 4 heavy horsemen there. We got a couple of envoys. We have 10 jagunços and a big mass of veteran conquistadors. That's pretty interesting. Also, there's more horse guns in the back as well. Actually, a quite big mass here for Robot that he's managed to come back with that coin production and those free. Well, that's a lot of damage these guys are taking for free here.
Yeah, he needs to micro this Culverin like his life depends on it, and he needs more than one, that's for sure. There's quite a bit of anti-cav as well now from Rohbrot to protect against the Boyars. Villagers are walking up. They're just getting beaten down. Nutkas are going to go to the front line. He needs to flank with these Boyars if he wants to do anything effective.
Oof.
Oh my goodness! Huge volleys and bounce shots from the cannons. More heavies coming in.
He's running out of revolutionaries though. We also have the big button here from someone. From actually Radovan. He actually gonna be able to take it by brute force. Those revolutionaries do not have a lot of HP. The heavies will run out. But the economy again from
Idiots
Canada
coming
is
in from
gone.
Rohbrot.
There we go, a
Stradius in.
counter.
Oh, huge volley!
That was huge, yes. These guys are getting low on HP as well. Let's give an alt click here so you can see their HP here. Minutemen's being called. Let's have a look here into Robrot's side. Funny enough. So, I think alt show for both of them. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
It's a nice cleanup, but how many villages? You're in 25 villages. You're gonna have to collect a lot of resources. He must have that hunt still there in the field that the elks that he requested. If he loses these villages, I don't think he can come back from this. Well, don't forget, these revolutionaries are coming for free, and they will come more and more. How many town centers he's on still? Still on 5. Does he has any more jagunsos? No, everything's collected.
Or artillery being produced. I think Robrot's in a really good position here.
That's very interesting.
What a fight he took there.
Where are the villagers? That's all he has. 12 here. There must be missing some more.
Yeah, he needed to be making rockets long ago because they do very well against artillery. So a little unfortunate that he's only making it now. He just took that was a horrible fight for him. He just took so many shots from the cannons, had no response to it, and
yeah,
lost a lot of
think
infrastructure
also
as well.
taking all the villages is something that sometimes you just take everything, and sometimes it's just better. Maybe you take 70% of your villagers out of their collection zone to go into the fight, but don't take everybody because then you stop the whole production of more villages. You want those menas to be keeping producing villages non-stop, right? Even during those fights. And that's the hardest part. Like, you not just overcommit, right? Take everybody out with the select all military and just right click. Sometimes you just want to leave some of them. It's a mistake that I do myself. And you're like, you're desperate. I don't want to lose this. This might be the final battle. Robots preparing for the next push. With he's actually making also a lot of have horse as well. That's the beauty of having Dutch with Brazil because of the banks, and you can actually make artillery and get free infantry to defend them. That's the beauty of it. So that has to have a response of coverings on this other side here. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to deal with this. He does have 2 coverings this time. It's going to be a little bit better. And now having the production also of rockets really gonna help him. But he's on a 20 seconds village now, Mompa. Can he stands the next push? Even though the score is criminally in favor of Canada right now.
I think Robrot's gonna just come in here and smash. I mean, 2 culverins here are gonna get a nice shot here if he micros this well. Oh, he takes down a heavy, or excuse me, a horse gun and some of the heavies. Oh, but the Magyar Hussars are pushing in!
Oh boy, that's not good for Radovan now. And he's trying to go here for the revolutionaries. Don't do much damage against the rockets. The rockets, I don't know if the rockets should be shooting at the infantry or if he should be
shooting. Need to be shooting the infantry, yeah.
Yeah, because once the infantry is gone, then especially because you have coverings coming through, you just gotta deal with the infantry at the moment. Oh, but those covering micro just not great. I think Rohbrot must be thriving and be very happy right now. I think he knows he's on the prowl to win here. And that's also, even though like I think Canada is a better strategy, I just Rohbrot with a better micro, especially with the artillery. This guy is a must Falk enjoyer himself. Being doing this for so long, he's just very natural at this. Look at those invoices, and Radovan calls it. Radovan calls it. Yeah, the economy, he couldn't keep up his own 2 villages right now, and the economy
He just
has
pulled way too many
died.
villagers to fight.
Yes.
He just
Over.
lost way too much. I mean, honestly, if he makes like 3 colves, he wins that game in a landslide. But he
Yes.
did like honestly, I mean, he just took really bad fights and lost because of it. On the west side of the map, in the color blue, we have Robrots as the Ottomans. His opponents in the eastern side of the map is Radovan as the Ottomans in the color red. We're on Korea. I'm with Caverna, and we've got a starting TP coming down. And yeah,
You go Bato easy here, the explorer name, great choice. I think I've paused the game by accident. Because you have like sometimes if you hit enter, it does your last thing that you did. So I can quickly switch between them. And sometimes if you press pause and play and you press enter, you're gonna pause it again. But there we go, you got a nice stretch of 40 wood treasure into the base, both going for the TP. On this map, we have talked about this before, and especially with the Ottomans, there's a great possibility they can actually go for the water. It could be really big brains here for these guys. And if they actually do the exact amount of boats, they can actually come on top when it comes from the remassing after they actually have revolted. But I don't know if it's viable or not. Um, we will see. We have Giuseppe Semsi here from Rohbrot going for 70 coin. That's the kind of card that I'm talking about. It's the Sublime Port, where you can
that's the
instantly.
card for water. It's a fantastic card. You can get out like 2 docks and like 20 boats and still have all of your infrastructure to revolt.
Exactly. So you don't even need to sell 700 wood for in that case. So then you would go Trivials, you go Sublime Port, you can go Capitalism, whatever. You can do so much with this, and with those extra boats early on, right? You can even go for something like not sending Trivials, but you send schooners and you send then Sublime Port. Imagine that. How crazy that could be. You really go
Well,
heavy on water with something like 20
the
boats.
build is just 3 vil, 500 food age up, and then you convert all of it into wood, and you have like no joke, like approximately
2000, yeah.
2.7 to 3.2 thousand wood, and you just use that to for whatever you want. You get steel traps, you get placer mines, you save some wood for a TC, you save wood for the revolt, you get gale nets, and then you've got like 30 villagers.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to overinvest in this on this map as well. That is a lot of food, but that is only food. So you gotta be careful. Rather than going for 70 wood around here, Rohbrot just picked up 50 food in front of his base, which is a big deal. Having that extra food, but they're both already aging up anyway. So we have Radovan aging up with the Quartermaster, where Rohbrot is aging up with the Naturalist. So he's a little bit of difference of in builds here from both of these guys. If we look into Radovan's deck, we also have Splineport, we have the Church card, the Boss Construction, some upgrade units. We've got no Spahi H3, but we got the 6 Spahi H4 and the 2 extra covered wagons, which I do enjoy because they actually do add 2 build limits as well, so you can actually have something like 5 town centers, depending on what.
Great card.
It's a great card, it is, especially for free villages, right? uh Rohbrot, on the other hand, also have that, also have those extra cards here. We do have the Spahi, Infinite Spahi. Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to send none of this anyways. You can literally say that their deck are pretty much similar, apart from the extra cards that Rohbrot has, but he's not going to be able to send anyways. But they do have the most important cards on the deck for both of them. And let's look at their build order though. Rohbrot is very confused when you have both playing autos, so gotta be careful. It has sent 3 views only and has 2 shipments in the back. He's gonna go for 5 villages probably, but if it does, it's gonna be housed. He does have the enough wood to build a house right now, and he's doing so somewhere. Yes, there we go. And where Radovan, on the other hand, is going straight into the resource crates, and he's going for 700 wood. He does have 395 wood in the bag as well, which is quite a lot. and he's choosing for go for 700 wood. Do you
Yeah, it's
think he's
quite
gonna?
interesting how he's stacking that much. I don't know why.
Is he maybe just already planning to use that kind of wood for the? That's because I think he's just got good wood treasures, right? I don't know if how you can actually see the treasures that has been already collected in the map. It could maybe he's just already saving the 1,000 wood that he will need for the revolt, or maybe something like water. That would be quite useful as well. How about the age up with the mosque? Don't you like that? Age up is lower because you go
It's okay if you
900.
go capitalism. It does help with your XP trickle, but generally, I think the quartermaster is the better option. You age up faster, you get your shipments in faster. You have tempo economically to put down infrastructure. Um, it's just a better option in general.
True. The only thing that's you on a 15 minutes, the second charge will pay off in terms of shipment, right? So that's something. But there we go. We see the dog here from Radovan like this. I like this. I like this a lot. But that's Rohbrot's perspective. Let's go back to Radovan. So that's why you have to send the 700 wood. We did had a lot of wood treasure that he actually managed to get, and you're gonna have 3-4 boats at least. You're gonna need a house as well. So um, he does need to be careful with how many boats he does right now because, well, but that 700 would come in the back, and he's not gonna be a problem with housing and boats. So he's gonna be fine on that department. I don't think he's gonna go for blind port no more. And Rohbrot, big brains stealing 40 wood for free here, right inside Radovan's base. Radovan could actually try to do some damage to the exploder, but I don't know if he would kill it.
I think that would be really a good idea because then you prevent the Ottoman explorer from producing these in his circle. So that's something you should definitely try and do.
Yeah, should you idle to kill the exploder? It's a tricky one. There's no more treasures in the map anyways. But you would lose the scouting capability, right?
That and when you go into H4, the Eye of the Assassin for Spahi, which is a critical set and a lot of value for HP tanking.
There we go. The third town center coming up for Radovan. He's on water, and he is making boats. We do have hunting dogs only. 1,000 woods on the field. He's gonna need some of that wood probably for his revolt. We are approaching the 7 minutes mark to the 3T cooldown. On the other hand, here we have Rohbrot, and he went for 700 wood as well, after all, but he went for 5 villages instead. And Radovan got the 5 boats, which I think is superior on the greater scheme of things, even though they have the upgrades. He has steel traps. I think it is a great addition having that, but he's quite slower when it comes to the town center build. So that's an interesting comparison here between these two guys. He's almost
They're
finished with the
definitely
third town
slower,
center.
but I think yeah, no, that's actually very interesting that his town center is coming up significantly later. He is on 25 vils. How many is Radovan on? I'm curious with the 5 vil and then the fishing economy comparison. So
The
they're actually
same.
on equal economies, but both getting their upgrades in. So yeah, kind of an interesting switch. And then Rohbrot building his next TC next to the other mine. So they're both going to be on 3 TC. And yeah,
Yeah, but they got their rate for this guy at 67, whereas the villager is 92. And he's on hunting dogs, where Rohbrot is on steel traps with 109. So I think even though with last the town center wasn't up faster because of the 5 villagers and the steel traps on the bag, I think actually Rohbrot managed to keep the score up. And I think he probably gathered
oh,
more
I totally
resources.
agree. Yeah, it's definitely a better build, it seems.
But maybe on the great scheme of things, the boats might pay off. That's why I think you should have gone for Sublime Port, because then it would be a double dock production. Then you put like 20 boats in there. Might be, and then you have all your other remaining villages on wood and coin. You wouldn't have to
I
worry about
agree.
food no more. And that would be very interesting to see as well. You would have less revolutionaries to fight though. You have to be more defensive, but you can remass. Um, let's see here. Now we have the age up with the tycoon, so that's gonna be the 1,000 coin. 29 villagers right now for Rohbrot. Now he's yet to send Grand Bazaar and Capi, which is the 45 limit, so he's not gonna be sending anytime soon. Radovan has sent all his upgrades for the church. And he's on 38 now, so he's actually got 6 villagers lead, which is pretty much the boats that he's ahead right now. But Robots is actually on a score ahead, and we have no. I don't think he's gonna go for steel traps anymore.
I think he has log flume in, but no steel traps.
Yeah, that's pretty because of the water, and he's still making boats. He needs to get like something like 15 at least, man, to actually really have some impact. Because when the critical part comes in the fights, and we need those resources coming through a bit faster, right?
I think this is good. If he just gets gill nuts, and then he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not a bad
He doesn't
amount.
really need to make more boats, but I mean, he certainly can. I'd like to see mercantilism coming in now. Okay, he is getting the coin, so he can go for mercantilism. Then get the factories, and then maybe 2 TCs or something of his choice, like the bombards or mosque construction.
He
Yep, and
sent
then palace of
he already
Greek.
sent the most construction.
Yeah, those are going to be the biggest ones because that's going to be the thing that really drives your revolt tempo.
Let's see, Rohbrot though. Rohbrot yet to send the factory because of the villagers that he sent, so he will not be able to send the mosque construction. The mosque construction actually being able to get 3 extra bombards would be quite a big difference when it comes. However, he has made an arsenal. That could be also pretty clutch. Especially when you
Definitely
have
going for Spahi and Kuras, I feel, and then probably Gunner's Quadrant. But yeah, I think the amount of Spahi or food he's gathering, he's definitely going to be trying to get Spahi here, and I mean, why not?
he's getting steam power. What is that? That's the coin upgrade from the factories. There we go. Is any mouse construction now? His second factory is about to come out. And where Radovan is sending the church card now, the second factory is just up in the fields now. We do have it. Oh, how many villages he's on now? He's on 42. I don't know if it's gonna be enough time. He probably will have to send this. It's also not expensive at all.
Yeah, but also let's look at his wood total. He's gonna need to get to that 1K wood. I mean, he should be fine, but he's
Can't
gonna have
even
to
market
consider
trade. That's fine.
provisioning. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, you can see that the food income is just getting crazier and crazier. He's on 14 boats. That's gonna be really, really huge in the long term of things. There we go. I think he's preparing for his revolt. Spahi sent. So it's pretty much like a free Spahi shipment, especially because you got a lot of those boats, right? There we go. This guy's gonna cost 850 coin. This is gonna cost him 1100 wood because he did not send. Oh, he sent the church card. And yeah, let me see. Rohbrot, is he planning to send the church card as
You
well?
need
He
the
is.
Nizams in this build, from what I've understood. The build is just way more effective with Nizams. Um, which is obviously a very high total of wood you need to acquire, but it's definitely worth it.
I'm really curious to see if Radovan actually remember to send this. Oh, he can no longer produce villagers. You can see here. He
He's
forgot to
going for
send.
Hungary. He's making a lot of outposts here.
He forgot to
Gonna get
send
a
this
lot of
card.
Magyar
That's
Hussars.
really
Yeah, he
hurting him.
did. But yeah, now here comes the Kapakulu Spahi, and then he's gonna go into Hungary, and all these outposts are gonna be able to spawn multiple different units for him. He's got 7. Um,
That's the maximum you
yeah,
can do
so
without sending the card that
yes,
multiplies them.
correct.
Yeah, now he just needs the food. Here we have 30 seconds for the game starts, so you have to be prepared for a push. And you want to revolt at this point, otherwise you're gonna have to be building a lot of houses. especially with those overpops. There we go. He's already sending some
Score here,
villagers
the
forwards.
score is just skyrocketing for Radovan. He has a really nice comp here. He's going to be revolting in a few seconds, and he's going to have XP when he goes up to send a card.
There we go. He's ready to revolt. And he has extra shipments. Does he wants another shipment before he revolts? In 3 seconds, the game might start right now. Robot has 3 bombards on the field, 3 coverings, which is a big deal here. He also has the resources. He's ready to revolt at any point. Has also upgraded the bombard in the factories to send them faster. Nobody went for engineering school because they probably want to focus more into the church cards themselves. He's gonna need a lot of wood if he actually wants to send the Nizam out. And he's just waiting for the last minute of the revolt. We are on 15 minutes 30 seconds, so they need 30 seconds to revolt both of these guys. There we go. We are going for Egypt here and the Hungary from Radovan. We do have a superiority of Sipahi on this side here. We also have the Meyer Hussars on the age up. On the 7 outposts, you get 1 Meyer Hussar per outpost. And he managed to get 45 Granzers, which is their revolutionaries 180 HP, where Rohbrot instead gets the Kivit Fusiliers, but they got 51 of them, so a great mass difference here. Managed to send some of the Fusiliers as well. They're just down on the back, but that's a
That TP sock is going to be tricky for pathing with the Cav. But Gatling Camel is being sent in for Rohbrot here. This is going to be an interesting fight. Culveron's unpacking, getting a nice shot off.
That's a lot of my Hussars, my friend. Look at this, they're going from the back and taking the artillery, well, whilst
Massive
this
volleys. Oh my goodness.
so much spy, so much cavalry for Radovan. It's looking pretty good for Radovan. Plus, he still have all those 14 boats on water now producing more and more food for him. And I think they
Oh, he
cost
just
food.
dunked on him. He just absolutely dunked on his ass. That's GG.
I think it's
Holy
over.
shit.
There's so much cavalry here. Look at this. These guys have 848 HP. He still has so many of them, 16 of them, plus the 7 Spahi. And Radovan takes a win from the big Rohbrot. And they gonna go for a 3rd game. Wow. Radovan, man. I told this guy is prepared, man. He's scary. What a game. And we have here on the west side of the map, playing as blue, big Rohbrot. What he's famous for is Spanish gameplay on the Mongolia map. On the east side of the map, we do have Radovan as yellow playing with the Mexicans. So another great civilization here for revolts. We do know the potential of Mexican, California or Texas, right? That's a
Yes.
tricky one. So you're playing against Spain. What's your gameplay? Because he's being counterpicked here, right? So you would expect something like a lot of cavalry coming with maybe lancers and hussars of death come from Spain. Maybe even possibly uh, rodilleros. How are you gonna deal with
I
this
think
as
just Huss of
Mexico?
Death. Like, just spam Huss and you win. Like, surely. The Huss of Death are just so strong. With Cav combat in, like, what do you do against that? Heavy cannons and, like, I don't know, 40 musketeers, revolutionaries? It's just going to be, I think Chile just, but then again, Mexico has a lot of options. They can, make villagers out of the haciendas. They can make those really cheap, effective pikes. They can make guard charos, which would be decent. The lancer that is also anti-cav. They can, culverins relatively easily, and on a livestock map like this as well. I think Mexico has a really solid chance here.
That's very true. So he's using the. Also, you got Padre as well. Where's his Padre? Oh, he's actually walking with the cows. He's actually a proper herding.
Yeah, classic, really intelligent play there, making sure you keep all of the livestock. And the Padre doesn't come out until H2. This is just the standard hero.
Oh, okay. It's kind of a lot of micro intensive to actually keep hurting like this and not losing your cow in the process. And he's actually taking trashes in the process as well while herding. He already had 4 with him, 4 in base. That's 8 cows total. There's another. That's this Mongol scout actually. Let's have a look into Robrot's base here. Rohbrot, no cows whatsoever. He's not going for the TP either. Oh, he can't. So on this map, nobody will be able to have a TP, right? Okay, that's fair. And that's kind of hard for Spain, right? Not having a TP. That's
There are
really
ways
gonna
to get
hurt.
around that. They can go for the huge XP treasures up the top with dogs. They can put an in-base church. But yeah, I agree. It's generally not a good thing for Spain.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to make dogs. I think that's how he can actually came around this. We have big treasures in this map, and you can just keep on getting constantly experience from killing all of these guardians. This one also increases your siege damage by 10% of your cavalry, which is could be
I
quite
mean,
great.
that could be insane with Chile. Like, that would be disgusting. That's straight.
But he's losing pretty much on the cows. He needs to make I think the whole idea from Rohbrot is you need to get experience from the treasures since he has no TP, so he's leaving the cows alone and focusing on that. But however, you're talking about Mexico with an hacienda. Now these guys are generating here a lot of food here. He's actually making more cows. And the training time is 1 cow per minute, so he'd be able to make 15 cows at the time he reached revolt time.
I think he's gonna go for Central America and then Barbacoa, based on his macro here, and then he will have a really nice boost to his economy via the haciendas and the cows. But I don't really know if that's like the best decision, to be quite honest. I think there's just better ways to play as Mexico via the. He's getting a decent amount of cows relatively quickly. I can't really argue against that.
Yeah, I don't hate it, especially because then you can actually use those cows to make more villages faster when you actually get to age 4.
Land grab coming in, so he's going to be hacienda booming, and this could actually be a decent play here. He does have barbacoa in there. He could also potentially go into something where the haciendas are producing units or villagers for him. So we'll have to see what his build is going to be here, but quite interesting. He's got his XP crates on the ground. He's now sending in the 2 villagers per hacienda card, so that will be quite nice. And yeah, he's put down a tavern.
Yeah, again, 0.6, so almost like a villager. So quite expensive villager right now to be paying for early hacienda tavern. But then you go. It's saying they now. So this the Tlaxcalas textile. I don't know if that's how I pronounce this. You get 2 villagers per hacienda and 2 more per every new hacienda that will be built for Radovan. I wonder if there's any more cows on the map. They're not. They all has been collected by Radovan, and he's on a total of 8 yaks right now. And 3 new cows already spawned from his haciendas. These new haciendas now is still on food. Okay. Let's see what Robot is up to, shall we? So we're in 3 views, no capitalism, 5 villagers, 700 wood, 700 coin. We do have the 700 wood coming in strong. Going for those treasures like we're talking about. That's 300 expert. Let's look at the drop in experience here. And he got a whole shipment and went back over the clock here.
That's insane.
That's insane. That's pretty much what Spain needed. And this guy here also increases the cavalry speed by 5%. And with the 10% siege damage here down the south, those cavalry will have a nice boost. There's another treasure down here somewhere. Cannot see it. It must be mixed here somewhere. Anyways, he's going for it. Really making use of those dogs. He cannot lose the explorer though. He's quite low on health. Oh, that's gonna be tricky. He might lose the explorer if he's not careful. He's trying to make it into melee range. It's 32, 24. You make that, get that safely. But oh, the last hit survives and managed to take the 5% speed for his cavalry. Wow, on the dot. Aging up with the scouts is gonna get 4 SARS as well, which is adding up to the Hussars of Death, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. He's gonna have a huge mass. Now sending Spanish gold. I presume he's gonna go into 1K wood next. And then I mean, he could honestly just skip 1K wood, really.
I put a
Go
Spanish
for
girl.
Marvelous here. That might be a wise decision.
It has everybody on food, so it's trying to take as much food as possible before. I think he needs to change his micro. What's the?
He does, yeah.
I think
It's
it's an
quite
oversight
interesting.
here for him. Unless I'm missing something.
Going double
Um,
stable, so he's gonna make a lot of hus with the double stable production. Spanish gold.
I need to take a call. Can you just hold on for me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So we do see the Central America revolt coming in for Radovan. That'll be a nice treasure for Rohbrot to pick up. It's gonna be huge if he grabs this. That's gonna be really nice for his hus. We do see the 1K wood coming in now, and villagers being allocated to the crates and gold. I don't know if there's any market techs in yet, but yeah, he's looking pretty solid. He's got a ton of food. He's got 2 in-base gold mines. More coin coming in with the wood, and yeah, he's gonna be able to go into the next age and revolt quite comfortably, I feel. Scouting around, he identifies that there's a lot of haciendas here. The Huss are just roaming around the map, trying to find some potentially extra cattle or the enemy explorer. It's going to be aging up here pretty shortly. Let's see what he decides to click up with. Getting placer mines
All right,
and
I'm back.
great roots. Rohbrot could be aging here. I don't know what he's doing, but
Cavalry
okay, so he's aging
Marshal.
up with the Hussars. Very nice. No, that's the Lancers. That's the
No,
Lancers. Yeah,
what is that?
it's Lancers for Spain.
So he aged up with more lasers? Never seen that before.
Yeah, sending Cav Combat, thank God. That's a. I think that should have happened last game in the Ottoman matchup, but this is gonna be nice for him to get. Again, he's gonna get the coin from the Spanish gold, and he's gonna be able to queue a lot of villagers. Let's take a look over at Radovan, real
I feel like he
quick.
wants to do a lot of Hussars before he revolts.
Yeah, Huss of
That's
Death for
why he
sure.
wants to put so much people on food, I assume.
Yeah,
Let's see what Radovan been lacking. Looking what he's doing. He's on 7 ascendants right now. Has he sent the cheaper revolts? I wonder. When he revolts back, we'll be able to tell. And also has sent the cathedral. Oh, he built that one. He probably built that, right?
yeah, he built
I,
the cathedral.
he sent nothing from here, right?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, he is returning back to Mexico with a shipment, so I'm curious if he researched. He did research the extra uh return, age up speed, and XP crates. He's got a lot of livestock there. How many cows does he have?
8
8 yaks, and
yaks,
how many cows?
12. But they are making coin right now. So sent a factory that the shipping came quite quickly as well. Um,
And
he
your
also
factory upgrades are free, so
sent
and barbacoa. So
barbacoa.
yeah, yeah.
Send us fat and livestock fast, and you automatically harvested them when fully fattened. So he wants the food from them. He also has the Chinako possibility, the Chariada. But he's sending refurbished firearms where soldiers gain a powerful charged grenade launcher attack that can be used when attacking at longer ranges.
Do you know how much food he's gonna get from all the livestock? It's gonna be 9,500.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh,
Gonna have
boy.
9.5 thousand food from that card.
What? That's crazy. That's pretty good, man. Big brains again, coming up with this kind of crap. And now I think at this point the cantina really paying off with the coin. He still has 2,300 coin down the gold mine there. Dropping down a lot of barracks, artillery foundry. So which kind of revolt do you expect him to see here
Oh, I
from
don't know,
Radovan?
man. I mean, be interesting. He's basically got like 8 TCs now with the 7 haciendas producing villagers. Um,
Maybe USA?
could be. I'm curious why he's putting down so many Raxes when he could be getting guard soldados.
Yeah, I think he's just only gonna make units at the time that he revolts. Could be quite scary. Um, it doesn't have mercantilism for Mexico, right? He does extra other stuff. He does have your Padre can now hero area multiple damage units at the same time. He has
That's
the
an
Padre
essential tech.
gains.
That's a great tech you need.
Does he actually heal when they're fighting?
No, but like if you think about like soldados or like heavy cannons or whatever, it just like is like a hospital, right?
Right. He heals all
Yeah,
units nearby
exactly.
him, so instead of one by one. So
Yeah,
this one
really
fits
nice.
insertion per house you currently have. So 5 insertions, not great. This gives 40 XP, not great either. So this is the most units you have lost in the game. So that at some point you'll send this later. What is this one? Enable Padre pacify ability to be used against enemy military units. So it sort of stuns them, right?
Yeah. I think this is gonna be a California revolt. He's going soldados, so and he's not shipping forts or anything, and that's usually
Okay.
the yeah,
Texas
so
it
he's going
is.
Texas, yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. I take that back.
There we
Oh, for
go.
sure this was in California.
There we go. So that was being produced at a bunch of a time.
Yeah, a bunch of regulars there, and they're all gonna be
Oh, regular,
Imperial.
sorry, not
Yeah.
soldados.
And then he's gonna be making culverins here. He's gonna be able to get Minutemen. He's going to have his cows. I mean, look, like think about it like this. All of that livestock is going to give him so much food.
And look, they're getting close to 500, so you're gonna see the real impact on those resources. And
It's
the
Chile
factories are
versus
on
Texas
wood.
here. Robrot's revolted, and that's a lot of Hussars of Death with Cav combat. That's insane.
44. He's pretty
That's
much.
insane.
That's pretty much everything that he has.
He's
All those
so cooked,
resources.
bro. No, like he's so cooked. There's nothing you can do against that.
These guys have
Holy
560 HP,
fucking
but they
shit!
have
No, yeah, it's
80
over.
damage.
It's
80
over.
damage.
He's fucked. He's beyond fucked.
That's not gonna be easy. Those
What the fuck do
revolutionaries
you do
just.
against that? You're cooked, bro.
We need the dragoons. I don't think infantry will be able to deal with this. And all he
Nothing
has.
can.
And 3 mortars. Like, he's just forcing a fight. You have to fight. Otherwise, you will lose all your infrastructure. What you gonna do after that? And then
Buddy is so cooked.
it doesn't look great for him. Like, Rohbrot does not want to lose. He's prepared. I think he did this kind of build where he could actually made more and more hussars. He's forcing Radovan's hand to actually come out of his way to take this fight. The hussars of death, they have bad hitboxes, so they have to sort of. He has to drag a bunch to the side to actually deal with the culverins. He doesn't want to lose the mortars, though. He's losing the mortars for the culverins. Great gameplay, but the military might not survive here against these guys.
Yeah,
Do a
no,
lot of
he's
damage. You
losing
also have
hard.
lancers on the field. They have 80 damage. You know
Yeah,
how much
they're
damage
absolutely
that
gonna
is?
destroy
They're
everything. He has no
beasts.
chance.
Cav
Absolutely no
alone,
chance.
the Cav alone would deal with this.
Yeah.
He would need dragoons to
No,
deal
no,
with
like
or
there's nothing that would
quarteros.
like the only thing that would be able to beat that, honest to God, would be like mass stops or halbs in there.
Really?
You just can't. You cannot beat
Yeah.
Cav combat and Sergeant Death.
You cannot even kite this, right?
No, you can't. You can't kite it. He has the 5% speed from the treasure. He's got 10%
Oh, that's
siege with
true.
the treasure. He's also got train time with the treasure. So like his Cav and he's Cav Kuros. Like these things are absolutely cracked. Like there's nothing you can do against that.
And then Radovan is trying his best. to see if he can pull a comeback from this, but you still have to deal with 23 hussars of death. You still have 4 lances on the field. He also has 43 revolutionaries. He does have 3 horse artillery on the back, but easily dealt
Dead.
by 3
Dead.
hussars alone.
Dead.
All infrastructure coming down to the floor.
Dead.
And
GG well played all. Yeah, I
he's
mean,
flexing the shipment. And what Radovan is waiting for to resign, trying to make more villages, which is not gonna help to kill those hussars of death. And I think we just have a winner. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's so many
44
hussars of
Husk
death.
of Death is actually just retarded. Like,
How do you deal with this?
you don't. You simply
don't.
don't. You simply can't beat that. You just lose.
I don't even know if 90 Carabine would be able to deal with this.
No,